Hey everyone, my name is Brittany and welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to create delicious low FODMAP recipes to improve your digestive health. Today we're making Indian butter chicken, which is a type of chicken curry. So one of the problems that most people have with low FODMAP is the no onion and no garlic limitation. But I want to prove to you that you can still lead a very flavorful life. This is a very flavorful dish with a ton of spices in it. Here we have garam masala, turmeric, ginger, cumin, and ancho chili powder. I love working with turmeric and ginger because they're great anti-inflammatories which help soothe an irritated digestive system. Today we're using diced tomatoes, coconut cream, green onions for flavor, the green tops only, which are low FODMAP, garlic oil, which I made myself, and I will show you how to do in another video. We're also using butter. While it is dairy, it's lactose free. We're also going to use a little bit of mayonnaise in our marinade, and it's a really good way to get that creamy flavor and texture without using dairy. If you're in the elimination phase of your low FODMAP diet, it's super easy to make this recipe dairy-free. Just replace the butter with either all garlic oil or vegan butter. We're using about 3 pounds of chicken thighs today. I prefer thighs when I'm making this dish or when I'm prepping a meal for the week because they have less tendency to dry out than breasts. And let's get started. So first we're going to cut up our chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces. They don't have to be super small, but you do want to make sure that they're all the same size. It'll help them to cook more evenly. Next, we're going to marinate our chicken. So I have half of a lemon that I'm going to use the juice. Next, we're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise and our spice mix. So here we have 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of garam masala, and then 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon of ancho chili powder for a little kick. Next, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of garlic oil. We're also going to toss in a little bit of cornstarch, which is going to help the sauce thicken up in the pan. You just want to let this sit for about 10 to 30 minutes to soak up the flavor. While we're waiting for our chicken to marinate, I'm just going to cut up our green onion and cilantro that we will use later on in the dish. Make sure to use the green tops only. And just give it a rough chop. You don't want to stir your chicken too much, because if you do, you'll inhibit this little Maillard reaction from happening, which is how you get that brown piece right there. That's flavor. So once your chicken has been browning for about 5 minutes, you want to stir it and then just let it sit again so it can have time to develop the nice brown color. Okay, now we're going to reduce the heat and remove the chicken into a dish and set it aside. We're going to loosen all the spices and the chicken bits in the bottom of the pan. So they're going to help flavor our sauce. We're going to add 2 more tablespoons of garlic oil and about 2 tablespoons of butter. When that's all melted, we're going to add our diced tomatoes. This is about 28 ounces. Now we're going to turn the heat back up again to about medium-high, and we're going to add our coconut cream. I like to just scoop the solid off the top of the can. Now we're going to cover this and just let it heat up. Okay, now that the sauce is simmering, now we're going to stir in the remainder of our spices. We have 1.5 teaspoons of garam masala, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon of ancho chili powder. We also have a teaspoon of brown sugar to help reduce the acidity. We're just going to let that simmer for a couple of minutes. Okay, now we're going to pour our sauce into the blender very carefully. This is the best part about this sauce. It comes out so creamy and like silky smooth. Now we're gonna take our pot back over to the stove and finish our chicken. Okay, now we're just going to add back our chicken and all that wonderful chicken juice and add our sauce. What a beautiful orange color that is. We're just gonna stir that up, turn our heat down to low, put the lid on and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. All right, our Indian butter chicken has been simmering for about 15 minutes on low heat. Perfect. Here we've got about 6 servings. Just gonna plate that up over some rice. Throw a little cilantro and green onion on there. And ready to eat. Homemade low FODMAP Indian butter chicken. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this recipe useful, like and subscribe. I'll have more low FODMAP recipes coming for you.